Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on Forza 6 with another Autocross car build. My vehicle today is the Lamborghini Miura, a car that I have a pretty good record with. I have a very, very fast A-class racing one of these around in the versus community, so there is a lot of potential for this to be a quick car. Well, I'm not going to use the same one, of course. That was built for general racing. For Autocross, I will build the car slightly differently. Of course, this is going to be every single possible bit of handling parts going on the car. I suspect this is going to be a pretty damn good vehicle. You see, it starts off in C-Class, but it has a fair amount of power, 350 horsepower, and it doesn't weigh too much either, and this is all in C-Class. So there is hopefully going to be plenty of PI to play around with, and we can get plenty of grip out of the vehicle, fingers crossed, with some race tyres, some upgraded tyre widths, 305s on the rear. It's quite nice. That's pretty sizable race tyres. I do love how, though, just these tyres alone have jumped the car up from C-Class to relatively high B-Class. That's... yeah, we should have plenty of grip. I mean, if we don't actually do anything to the engine, it's not going to be a massive disaster with this vehicle if it has that standard amount of power. Considering the power-to-weight ratio we're going to get here, it's going to be quick. It's down to 2,300 pounds. Admittedly, things like the roll cage will increase weight a little bit, but it's still on a on a pretty good level. Let's see what we go up to. 2,473 for the Lamborghini. Now, we are hopefully going to be able to take a little bit more of that out with the likes of the exhaust and so on. Oh, I haven't put aero on yet. Always a good idea with these builds, and it drops a little bit of PI down. Increases the drag, so of course top speed is reduced. That's not important for me at all when it comes to this build. So there we go, or to this kind of build anyway. Alright, the power. This is the big question. Just how much can we potentially get inside this vehicle? If we can, well, we're probably going to get past 400 horsepower in the Lamborghini, and that's some good going with power-to-weight ratio like this. We've got it back under 2,400 pounds as well. We are over 400 horsepower. Could we really get it up to about 4? Okay, that adds some weight on. I'd rather not if I don't have to. Could we really get up to kind of 450? I wasn't planning on doing aspiration swaps. I don't think I particularly want to. I tended not to unless I really have to make up the power. I don't think we really want to be doing too many of them. So what have we got choices wise? That's going to give us too much power. We have done them, so we're going to have to up this ever so slightly. Okay, we're just over the kind of the weight that I was going for. Will this? Okay, so that can kind of give us some power, but at the cost of weight. And I think for this, we're going to keep the weight down on the car. Let's have a look here. Now, sometimes the gearbox can drop the PI, but we already have a street transmission in the car, so that is not going to be the case here. We will take the diff. I suspect we're going to be on driveline and flywheel, maybe even including clutch in that lot as well, because that driveline, I was expecting to drop it a couple of PI, it didn't, so flywheel, there we go, 2,385 pounds. Torque isn't the most we've seen, 356, however, 460 horsepower in such a light car with some giant race tyres. The Miura is certainly... I'm certainly thinking this could be a pretty damn fast car. Of course, to test out the Miura, I've brought it to the Hockenheim circuit, where it will have 3 runs through the Autocross course in an attempt to beat our current leader, the Ford Focus RS, that has a time of 204.9, and that was a mighty quick time from the Focus. The Miura, whether it's quite going to stand a chance of topping the Focus, I don't know. I certainly expect the Miura to go quickly around here. We could see another classic car go to the top of the table. I'm not sure we're quite going to have the grip to really compete with the Focus, but I simply don't know. We are likely to have incredible acceleration from this car, and a pretty incredible noise as well, being a Lamborghini. Let's see how the car manages. My primary concern is it might not get changed direction I say too well, and we are speaking relative terms to some of the really, really absurdly fast cars that have gone here. Front end's not bad, actually. I was fearing with the slightly smaller front tyres that we have seen on some cars, we might get a bit of understeer from the Lambo. However, it is working well so far. I am liking the car through these opening few gates. This is where it will be strong, but actually that's pretty damn quick. I messed the line up and it was still very quick. How are we doing straight line speed-wise from the Miura? 121 miles an hour. Got to get on the brakes and slow it down. The traction's lovely as well for a car with this much power and relatively little weight. A bit reminiscent of the Corvette, and that's perhaps not too surprising. Another classic car with some giant tyres. Admittedly, they were larger tyres than we got on here. Oh, we got to want first gear out of that corner. Yeah, I mean, we're carrying good speed on the exit of these turns as we come up towards. This is going to be the big test for the braking on the Miura. Can we... Oh, yeah, the brakes are good on this car. It gets slowed down well. Held it flat out through that corner, and the Miura stayed stuck on the road, which is lovely. I do love having a car. The back end has some grip on it. It just doesn't let go. Unfortunately, the trade-off is a bit of understeer. For example, we can't be flat out on the run up there, whereas some cars have been. Not very many, mind, but some cars have been. With the Miura, we just can't quite manage that now. The wiggle towards the line. The Lamborghini is absolutely lovely through there. Flat out towards the line. First run, 2:05.6. I thought it was going to be quick. I thought that was going to be a quick car. And already, it's gone into the top 10 quite convincingly. Oh, can we beat the Focus? So, the big question for the Miura is, can we go any faster? Where can I find this time as well? I really wasn't expecting such a fast opening run. That is crazy. But where can I make up the time if I want to beat the Focus? I think the real... I say big differences, they're not massive. However, the differences between the two cars, they gain their lap speed in different ways. The Focus is a little bit better through the corners. The Miura is a bit faster on the acceleration front, so it's all going to be about trying to be braver through these corners, carry more speed, and that was mega fast through there. That was crazy speed from the Lamborghini. The fact that this thing is rear-wheel drive is not a problem whatsoever. I am booting it out of these corners, and the slightly long gear ratios, I think, are helping me as well. It's just enough so that we don't get any crazy... To be fair, I think the Focus got more wheel spin than this did. So that is really saying something about this car. Fantastic traction from the Lamborghini, and it's lovely and precise through these corners. As I said, there is a tad bit of understeer. The front does give out before the rear. It's probably just me pushing the car super hard. Overall, the grip is fractionally lower, I think, than the Focus, but it's not by very much whatsoever. Now, don't run wide out of here. Don't clip the curb on the inside. Oh, this is a fantastic car. Such a joy to drive. How late dare we brake? Oh, it's super late. Oh, just pushed it too much. I was a millimetre or two away from getting a lovely run through that section. Well, that's what's going to happen when you push the car. I might as well... no, we're definitely not going to be able to take that flat up there. It was worth a go since this one run was ruined anyway. Right, I know now what we can and can't do up there. We will have to lift anyway. This is, second run not quite gone as well. I love the way it gets changed direction down here. It's very good at that stuff. The higher speed stuff is where we get the understeer slightly. The lower speed stuff is glorious. Well, that was a 2 gates hit, which is a 10-second time penalty. Take away 10 seconds from that, you get the idea of just what this Miura might be capable of. Well, this is it, the final attempt for the Lamborghini Miura. The final chance to knock the Focus RS off the top of the table. A good chance, most definitely, is likely to be very close between these vehicles. Of course, relying on me not making any little mistakes with this car. Probably the section I'm most nervous about on this track, this first high-speed gate. This is where just that little bit of understeer and the cold front tyres don't help. It is a little nerve-wracking with the Miura. It's kind of a case of you initially go to turn in, it doesn't feel like the car's going to have anywhere near the grip to make the corner. It does. You have to believe that the car does have the grip and just kind of go for it. It does have stupendous amounts of grip. It's not the only place around the track either. This gate here, kind of initially, it doesn't feel like you can carry the incredible levels of speed that you can. You've kind of got to go for it. And yeah, the car does have the grip to do it. Now we slow it down for this next section. Normally I wouldn't put cars into first gear, but the Lamborghini has so much grip that I can do that around there. It's absolutely fine to do that, which is really impressive. Because you've got to bear in mind, this car does not have the same size tyres that you got from the likes of the Corvette. It's got big tyres, 305s on the rear. It hasn't got 345s though, so there is huge amounts of traction coming from this car. Got a little bit of slide, you can tell how hard I'm pushing the vehicle. Now, don't make any mistakes into this corner. This is where I got into trouble last time out. We are neatly through there. Just nail the throttle through the next corner, and the Miura has got grip. It is to the hairpin for the final time. Now, we tried last time, cannot be flat out up here. Have a little dab on the brakes, neaten everything up with the car, as we have now just the run to the line to go. Now, the Miura, once those tyres are warmed up, the Miura does actually change direction pretty well. Maybe not quite up there with the Renault 5. Oh, I got a little bit of wheel spin at a bad point. Oh, is it going to be... It's not going to have mattered. Holy crap. You know when I said it was going to be close? Bugger me. That was... Wow. I'm lost for words at that run. I messed up a little bit. I'm annoyed with myself. I messed up a little bit coming to that final section. I tried going for first because I just said how the car was alright going for first. I got a bit of wheel spin that put me a little wide for one of the gates. And it really doesn't matter. The slightest bit. That is just monstrous from the Miura. Wow, this car is really something special. I as I said at the very beginning, I knew the Miura is a good A-Class car. I have a very good A-Class one built. I ran in versus the community, but quite how that translates to going, for an autocross build, because, build cars for normal circuit racing a lot differently. For here, it is just pure handling, bits and pieces on the car. And when you do that to the Miura, it is just phenomenal around here. There are a couple of places that are scary. As I said, during that run, there are a couple of places that are a little bit terrifying, where the car doesn't initially feel like it has the grip. It will. You just got to go for it. And when you string it all together, this is a incredible car. That is a stupidly quick time. The Miura will most definitely top the table, and there is nothing anywhere near it. Pretty much. It is almost a second clear of the Focus RS. That is just incredible. Sorry, I tell a lie. It's almost 2 seconds clear. I just got to go make sure I wasn't imagining that. That's I cannot believe the speed of this this Lamborghini. Well, this is really the car that you want for autocross. I was not prepared for the speed. Yeah, sorry, it's almost 2 seconds clear of the Focus RS. It is 2 seconds clear of the 911 GT3. Now that is a benchmark. I mean, we've had the benchmark kind of gradually got a little bit quicker and quicker and quicker. We thought the Focus RS getting into the 204s was good going, but this doing a low 203 is just mental. It really is. Well, there we go. We have a new leader when it comes to autocross, and a leader that is going to take a hell of a lot of beating. That is it, though, for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.